Hello, heresy hunters and deception experts of the world. I'm speaking to the church and I'm speaking to the scientists about a very, very terrible, scary narrative that is sweeping the world over and deceiving the young people and making people evil. And I'm warning you against it now so that you will not believe in it when you hear about it from someone else. And you're not hearing this from me first, I guarantee it. There's others who surely have come before me or are coming out at the same time to point this out. This is a real problem with the world. And I'll tell you why first. Now, look, first of all, I want to encourage all the deception experts out there to analyze every micro expression, every bit of my voice tone, and determine what the truth is in this, what I'm telling you. Now, here's the thing. First of all, I need to make this perfectly clear. I'm going to play a role here in a minute, like an actor on a stage, and I'm going to pretend to be something that I'm not, okay? And you're going to have to determine what's the pretend part and what's not the pretend part, and you're going to have to determine what's the role-playing part and what's potentially the reverse psychology part or not, okay? And so that's where you come in, deception experts. Now, heresy hunters of the world, I just want to go ahead and agree with you right now. What I'm about to say is heretical to the church. Okay, and it's also heretical to science because what I'm about to say is pure science fiction and it's not even possible. Now I'm setting this up to be quite clear so that you know that I am not a time traveler from the future. I do not have genetically encoded memory in my DNA, and it did not get into me through a form of printed DNA using a type of technology like CRISPR. The information for the DNA that was printed did not come from the future, transmitted into the past via binary code over quantum entanglement. That's not real. It's fictional. Quantum entanglement only happens across distance, but not from the future to the past. Time travel is impossible. Why is this important to disbelieve all of this? Well, listen. First of all, let me be clear again. I am not a mental clone of myself from the future encoded into the past. That's impossible. That's science fiction. It's fantasy. It's not fact. So let's make that perfectly clear. Now listen, predeterminism, fate, destiny. When people are told by sociologists and psychologists that they have no free will, it's been proven in all these social experiments, double-blind studies and whatnot, that people who believe that or who are taught to believe that in a moment will go out and do bad things, crimes, they sin, they do bad, they do evil when they think they have no free will. Therefore, it is of utmost importance that we know we do have free will and human responsibility for our actions. We have to take responsibility for those consequences. We cannot say, oh, God made me do it. We cannot say, oh, fate made me do it, because if we think fate made us do it, then we think it's inescapable. So therefore, you must believe in free will. You must. You must not believe in this false narrative. You must not believe in this false doctrine that says that it's possible for someone to come from the future into the past via genetic memory, printed out, DNA, the information for which comes from binary code transmitted over quantumly entangled bits, okay, the rotation spinning back and forth across time. It's impossible. So don't believe it. Now listen, when people get spiritual with this, they may say things like this, that the Bible verse that says, God will wipe away every tear from our eyes in the afterlife. The thing that says that God forgives and forgets our sins and throws them into the sea of forgetfulness as far as the east is separated from the west, infinity. Well, that does not mean that he simply forgets the sin. And it certainly doesn't mean that he wipes the sin out from history as if it never existed. It couldn't possibly mean that he annihilates the sin from existence by wiping it from history through time travel. God wouldn't think to do that. He wouldn't be capable of doing that. In fact, the multiverse theory is just a theory. It's not fact. The multiverse doesn't exist. There are no parallel worlds. Because if you thought there were parallel worlds, you